Hello and welcome. This is Gabrielle Spencer, the host of The Revealed Show. Thank you for joining me for this special edition of The Revealed Show, where we have three amazing guests, Julie, Nicola, and Kathy. All three have an amazing experience and all of them are different. So I hope you will tune in, add your energy, and be willing, open, and able to receive so you too can be connected to this high vibrational light and receive the information and the activations and the healing that you need by listening and participating in this show. And now, here is our first guest, Julie. All right. So with us, we have Julie. Hello, Julie. Thank you for joining us. So the really wonderful thing about the Revealed Show is that the work that we're going to do together and with each guest is to connect with the highest level of your soul that we are able to. So when we think about souls, everybody thinks of like your soul is just up here, right? But as there's multidimensionality of everything, our soul has many levels of itself as well. There's not like one soul at the very top just overlooking everything. We're merging all the way up with aspects of our soul. So we want to be able to access the highest level of your soul that's available to us, okay? And so for each person, that's going to be about you, right? There's no specific one level that we're going to. So with that said, if everybody will just close your eyes and make it your intention to unite in the light of the highest vibration, calling in all benevolent beings of light of the highest vibration in service to God, to assist and to provide for us in unity, the frequencies, the healings, the information, the understanding, and all that is needed to assist each one to step into their personal inner empowerment, their knowing, their skills and abilities to live the highest vibrational life here on earth while fulfilling their divine life destiny and purpose. So with that, we ask for Julie's highest self to provide the answer to the question, what is it that Julie needs to know to transform her life into the highest vibration and according to her divine life plan? So they're showing me straight away an owl, interestingly enough. For you, Julie, it seems that this owl is very important. So we're going to go beyond the idea of a totem, I'm hearing, because for you, there is the wisdom, of course, of the owl, but what they're showing me and how they're showing it to me is part of your abilities. I'm going to go with one. You are a shapeshifter in other energetic realms, but it's not something you've brought into this realm, and it may not be possible in this realm. But what they want you to do is to begin connecting with the owl and seeing through the eyes of the owl, because what you're showing me with this owl is the eyes. Okay, so it's merging with that aspect so that you are perceiving your reality through the eyes of a higher vibrational owl. We're not talking about necessarily the owls outside, right? So think of Athena's owl is what I'm hearing. So Athena, her owl, connecting and all that embodies, because Athena is, I believe, the warrior. She's also about knowledge. I don't know a lot about all of them, so look into it, because that's kind of like if you have to mold your life in a certain direction, that will help you. Does that make sense?
Like Athena?
Like Athena.
Like Athena's life?
Like Athena's life. Well, it's really fascinating when you think about mentors. I've done many courses with people where, as a person is moving along their path, a master will step forward on the energetic realm to help guide you and to help you integrate various aspects of yourself, activate them, etc. So it seems to me that Athena is stepping up and forward straight away, but part of it is that you have this ability to merge with, the word is brilliance, of the owl. So I don't know a lot about all the owls and all the different totems. It's not the point. The point is, and don't do research on Google.
Okay.
This is when you're in meditation, you're connecting with the aspect of you that is already the owl. That's why they're saying it's not like the owl outside necessarily, because that's what we think of. And that's how you would, that's where you would say to yourself, well, I don't understand what that means exactly. Let me look up owl. Well, owl is this, 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 and this. But that's not what they're saying. Connect with the owl, connect with Athena in meditation, and bring through yourself what that means to you. I feel like that's where everybody gets into trouble here on this planet. We're always doing research and then trying to emulate what it is we researched or what we resonated with. But what's important is the energetic connection and bringing that down through you into your life. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I like that. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why a lot of us get in trouble, is because we think to ourselves, well, it was supposed to work like this, A, B, and C, and it didn't, so it didn't work. But you missed the blessing of actually opening your own channel of communication and receiving what it means for you, because every single person, it can be the same prayer, it can be the same totem, it can be the same download and activation or healing, and every single person will receive it differently based on what it is they need, right? So we need to remember that that when we get rid of our pre-subscribed ideas, see, very hard to say, that's when that's when we lost, right?
Well, because we put it in a box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we live.
And so get rid of the box.
Yeah, because it's an amazing experience when you feel that download of information and you begin to integrate it within yourself. It's like I'm hearing, and that's when you take flight. So they're still playing off the owl. So it's all good. I believe that.
Wings?
Sorry?
I'm going to get my wings.
Reclamation of your wings is more than one thing. So you have angel wings to reclaim, and you also have your owl wings to reclaim. You've been many things throughout many existences. And for people like you, and probably most everybody who's here, throughout our lifetimes, we have lost or had taken away from us in some fashion, usually traumatic, our wings, whenever I hear people say things like, find your voice, it's not just about the throat chakra, because our voice is our ability to emanate frequency. So when we take out, again, that preconception of voice, and we realize that we're all projecting frequency, when we're not projecting it at the highest vibration, we're not operating at the highest frequency possible, right? And so that's really what's meant by voice. It's not about just this, that everybody goes, oh, my throat chakra's blocked. Yeah, that might be a little piece of it.
It's like, oh,
sorry?
playing small.
Yeah, but I don't know that everybody understands. I mean, I think everybody would say, well, I'd like to play bigger, but I need to do more work on my throat chakra, or I need this or that. But I feel like it's about working through the higher self to find out the things that you need to reconnect with in order to get back on your divine life plan at its
Yes.
highest vibration. We all are on our divine life plan, but think of it like stair steps, right? So we come in at a certain stair, and then it's up to us to be able to jump to the next level and the next level and the next level and the next level. It's never ending. And it's not that we're off. It's just that we may be at a lower level and we need to up our game, right? And we need to do more to embody everything. And when we do, that's when the really cool stuff happens. Any questions? You're good. It's a lot of information.
So just connect with the owl. Just align myself with the
and you're
owl.
calling in Athena. So when you do your meditation, you
Athena.
are connecting. So I always do it like this. Mother, Father, God, it is commanded that I connect my highest self to the highest conscious light vibration of God. And through this connection, to call Athena to assist me, to call my owl, the owl aspect of myself, to assist me. Because, well, now they just showed me another part. So you've got so much there. And once you start doing that, that will open up. So you can ask, for you to receive whatever the next thing is that you need, the activation or the understanding, because it's all just right there, ready to just whoosh. But they're saying you have to do this. So, okay.
So that's what my higher self wants me to know right now, right?
The question is, what does my soul want me to know to make the greatest transformation in my life?
Okay.
And so that's
okay.
Okay, honey. So you're going to
Thank
get
you.
back to me and let me know how that goes. Okay. You're welcome. Thanks so much, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Okay. You can turn off your video. Hello, Nicola. How are you today?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Thanks. All right. So for every person, this part of the show is different for every single person because various things will come through. It's not predetermined. I don't check in with anybody to find out what they want me to know beforehand. It's pretty amazing. It just comes. So for you, it's not a reading. So
yay. Okay.
We will just see what comes through for you. But that's why I explained it that way. It will not be the same ever for anybody. It's just always different. So let's just see what they have to say for you. So well, the first thing that they're showing me is, all right, so imagine our planet, and for some reason they're like paper cutout dolls going around the planet. So what it means, and my understanding of what they're showing me, because the way they're showing these dolls, they're almost like gingerbread men, but they're only showing me the dark side. So it feels to me that there's a bit of a disconnect for you, darkness to light, and that it's two separate sides. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what does it mean to you, this description?
I've heard that recently before, actually, that I just want to show everyone my shiny side and not my dark side. And I didn't even really realize it was really there until it was brought to my attention. So it's really, and that I've been, in this year about integrating shadow and light. And it does feel like a disconnect. There's an awareness, but I do feel a disconnect as well, where it feels a little bit out of grasp for me, my unconscious.
So what would happen if you had a dark side? What does it mean to have a dark side to you?
Hmm. The first word that came up is interesting, which is unworthy, which has been a theme anyways, actually.
Well, I have good news for you then.
Okay.
Everybody, every single one of us that is here on this planet got here because we have a dark side. We've been very, very bad. We've done things that, I've worked with people where, they were responsible for having a whole planet blown up. They've been thieves. They've been dark magic. They have been tricked. They've been deceived. Sometimes we get involved on the wrong side because we think we're doing the right thing. And then, oops, we suddenly are too far in that you can't get yourself out and you realize, oh, that wasn't a good thing. We've played all sides, and this is the biggest part of reconciliation. It is about understanding that there is no perpetually 100% good side, okay? And the soul doesn't want to just experience the good, but a lot of people, a lot of light workers and old souls, we have a really hard time wanting to accept it, because it seems so against like everything we know or feel that we know, right? Mm-hmm. And I like to tell my clients, you have no idea in that lifetime when it occurred, what was going on. We don't have that kind of 360 memory of it, right? We only have the push pin moments of trauma, betrayal, bad shit happens. That's what's filed within our memory, within our Akashic records. We remember the outcome. It's not like you connect with the Akashic records and you get the whole story. So people will say to me, what happened? What happened? I'll be like, so the basic is blah, blah, blah. It's because it doesn't get stored that way within our memory, within our cellular memory. And so what matters, what I have found that really matters in this whole dark light thing, is not what happened, but what you need to do to rectify it and reconcile it, and how you bring back those energetic aspects of yourself, and you restore those energetic aspects for all the people that you influenced, affected, and impacted in a negative way. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about what happened. It's about how are you going to fix it? Right? That's what matters. Does that help? How do you do that? Isn't that the question? The next question?
Yeah.
You do it with an energetic healer who can multidimensionally help you do that. Or you do it yourself through the same method that I just explained to Julie, by connecting through your highest selves, and you begin the work of bringing back those aspects of yourself and clearing what needs to be cleared for yourself, your lineage, and for all those that you affected and for all those that affected you. So that's the general, right? But you have to be able to do it on a multidimensional level, because that's where it is. That's where all of our old stuff is stored. I tell everyone, so we're really here for our mission, and the mission is certainly to anchor light here on this planet and stabilize the planet for the light. Okay, that's our overall mission. We're all accomplishing that by making ourselves more and more higher and higher vibrational light. So we're doing all of these things simultaneously. One thing affects the other. And as you do this healing and clearing for yourself, you will regain aspects of yourself, and you will leave the judgment and the I am not worthy. The I am not worthy comes out of I screwed it up, therefore. And all of us have played that role. But you will get there, but you have to work it. And it's not an overnight thing, although you can retrieve great aspects of yourself, quickly. But you keep at it, because that's how it happens. That's how all of it works. I would love to tell everybody, I'll never forget, one day I was doing a show and somebody asked, why can't there just be like one clearing and activation that just fixes it all? Because that's not what we're here for, right? We're here to be reminded that there are aspects of ourselves out there that need to be made whole again and part of ourselves. Again, we're bringing ourselves back together on a multi-dimensional level. So we bring it all back together, and then we bring it all back together. Does that make sense? So then as above, so below, that's what we're working for, is to bring all of our energetic bodies together. But we have to retrieve those aspects of ourselves that we have banished, is the word I hear for you. So there's aspects of yourself that you've banished. So you have to reconcile why that happened and fix it energetically, and then bring those aspects of yourself. And then you just continue to move forward. So that's why we're all here. That's what I tell everybody. We're here basically to atone, to bring ourselves back into wholeness. And at the same time, we're anchoring more and more light here on earth to stabilize it for the light. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Good. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're good?
All right. Well, I have a question, but I don't know if that was the time.
Ask your question. I'm sure everybody else wants to know too.
Well, I wonder if it's, I wonder if it's why I feel such a deep, deep desire to assist others in their own healing as a way to repent, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, except for you and I are using repent and atone differently. We don't have to do service to atone or to repent. The reason you would do service is just to raise your own light so that you could start then bringing yourself into wholeness. That's what all service is about. It's about healing your own self. It's not about atonement. When I talk about atonement and reconciliation, it goes something like this. All right. So if I'm connecting with your highest self, and we're going to ask about the banishment, okay? Because that's what came forward. So in a session with me, this is how it would go. So, all right. So where within the multidimension, all of the multidimensions of your existences, what is it? Wow. All right. So what is it that we can help you to allow yourself to release this? And the word is stricture. It's interesting. So on a multidimensional level, then what happens is they are showing me a very ancient book. And in it, there is writing. So we would say in this lifetime that would be like a curse, except for you, it was written. And the Bible verse, there's a Bible verse about where it is written, something. All right. Anyway, that's what I just heard. So energetically now, we're doing the work to reconcile what occurred that caused the banishment. So we say, thank you. So be it, so it is, so might it be. So in the banishment, in this particular case, you are literally sent into a cave, and like it reminded me of the Jesus tomb for 3 days where they rolled the rock over. So it wasn't just that it was a banishment, it was completely a death sentence. Okay, so that has been reconciled. So as you continue this work and you retrieve all the aspects of yourself and bring them back, then you will see less and less of I deserve or I'm not worthy, and less feeling outside of, like I don't want anybody to really see me or know that I was bad or that I'm not the good person that I project to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome. You're welcome. Let me know how it goes for you.
I will.
All right.
And I don't know, today's email said tonight, I've screwed up my
It's
calendar.
all perfect.
All right.
All right. So, my dear, how are you today?
Energies have been hot and heavy.
It feels like you've been walking through a dark tunnel for a long time.
I'll agree with that.
So I hear, what are you going to do about it? It's fun to be on the hot seat, Kathy. You know, it's making me laugh because I'm thinking to myself, isn't it different? Each person that gets on, how it comes through is completely different. So what they're really saying to you is, the ball's been in your court. So,
yes. I have walked a path of being a loner most of my life. And even earlier today, I was journaling about being in a community and having more family and friends and close-knit associations than I have.
yeah, but you're talking to me about 3D stuff.
Okay.
So when your highest self is speaking to you, what's safe about staying in the tunnel? Because what they're really getting at for you, your highest selves, is like they're trying to get you to come out. So think of it like, what are you hiding from? Because you seek safety. The answer is not. It's not about seeking safety and staying in the tunnel and staying in that. And even with you describing like you want to go to be around family and friends, see, they immediately are like, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about. So if I could just show you, it's like, wow, here I am. What's keeping you from that? That's what they're showing.
Fear of the power. Fear of my abilities, my power.
And again, they ask you, what are you going to do about that?
Mm-hmm.
See, there should be no hesitation, because this is not me. I just want you to know. I'm not saying this because
True.
This is not me, but this is what they're telling me. And I'm going to make it, try not to make it sound so harsh, but it feels like they're a little bit harsh, which is they've given you time, and your highest self is like, hello, Kathy.
Get over it. Yes.
Basically, I mean, and what's so funny is everybody wants to believe that, our higher selves are just all lovey-dovey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they are. But when we need a kick in the ass, they're the ones who deliver it, right? Your highest self is the one to deliver that. So
right.
I love you, and I want you to know deeply. I feel you. I've been where you are. But with the higher self, the way it works is, I'm going to say it as nicely as I can. You only got so many kicks in the ass. And nobody wants to be there for when it all falls down crap. Right, Kathy?
Right.
Okay. So that's what they're saying is, look, you have to come out of the tunnel. You have to come forward in whatever it is. Choose. That's what they're saying. Choose. They don't care in what way, how you choose to do it, but that you must. And I'm getting chills now. So you must. And I can't be more emphatic than that, because they're very, your highest self is super freaking serious. So.
And I've got the
Glad
heat.
you came
Wow.
on. See?
Yes.
They were like, oh, she's not waiting till next week. She's coming on right now.
I have the heat. It's like, woo.
But that's what I'm saying. Your highest self is super adamant. That is no longer this. It's the fun is okay. So they're saying you haven't lived yet. And that doesn't happen until you step into your life. It's like they're like, you have hidden from it. But remember, just as I said to the previous guests, look, there's nothing that you've done that's so terrible that you have to stay hidden. And a lot of times for ancient souls, the reason we hide is not because you're afraid of your power. It's because you're afraid of being found. And what that tells me is that on an energetic, multidimensional level, you're hiding out here and in your tunnel because, when we step out, we get on the radar of other multidimensional beings. And think of it like you've come to planet Earth to hide, like they'll never find me there, right? So there's an energetic component that has to get healed so that you're not afraid of being found. How's that feel?
It sounds so true. I mean, it rings true all the way into the heart. Wow. I'm not sure what to do with it or where to go with it.
Well, there is a link in the email I sent you. I'd go use that and sign up because I've obviously had to do this for myself, and I've had to do it for many, many, many clients where, look, it's hard to be an ancient soul here because a lot of what everybody is talking out there is, how do I attract the love of my life and how do I make money and da, da, da. And while that's all important, when we put our emphasis on our growth, stepping into our greatness, all that other stuff happens. But when we're just trying to do it slice by slice, it never comes together fully. You might get a one-hit wonder every now and again, right? But the reason it's not fluid is because we ourselves are not fluid. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes,
So
it does.
it is not about the question of, how am I going to feed myself or clothe myself or whatever. It is about opening this heart, your entire being, healing yourself, and for you getting off the radar of the bad guys so you're not eaten up. That's kind of, I've had several clients actually where that has come up, which is how I know what it is, because we're active everywhere. That's what everybody has to remember. We all say the words, but I don't know that we internalize them. But if everything's happening throughout all the timelines all at the same time, what does that really mean? Right? It means that it's happening all at the same time. It's not in a past life. It's happening all at once, over and over and over. So It's real, but it needs to
Yep.
be dealt with.
Now that you say that, I do feel like I have been hiding out my entire life.
But it's okay.
Yes. Pulling into myself and hiding out.
But that's over now.
Woo!
That's the good part. Yeah, absolutely. This is freedom. When we realize we don't have to be afraid anymore, and that what it means is we bring our power back within us because it's scattered all over. We bring ourselves back together into wholeness, and then we expand out into our current existence as, like I've already said, as we're bringing ourselves together, we have less going on crazily all over. And that's another part that's hard for people to realize, is that we're not the only aspect of our soul in incarnation. And so there are other aspects of ourselves. So there will be things that people experience and are like, where the heck did that come from? Well, it's because it's part of your multidimensional existence. So the more solid that we can make ourselves, the less of that chaos goes on. It sounds crazy, but it's kind of interesting at the same time. But I don't want you to be dissuaded or saddened. I think this is a good day, because you just see it. You're like, okay, so that's it. And that's the answer. I just need to begin that work to bring myself back together and then move forward, right? Part of it is acceptance that it has to be, that you are seen. You cannot hide from your higher self.
Yeah, that's true. It's hard enough hiding from my own emotions, but my higher self, no.
Well, the emotions are important, and getting them cleaned up is important, but it's not done by necessarily just working on things like anger. We have to work on the underlying things, like we talked about earlier, with somebody reclaiming their wings. If you've had your wings chopped off, sawed off, taken, burned, makes you kind of angry.
Right.
It makes you angry. It makes you hurt and upset. And usually it's because of a betrayal of some sort. And you're powerless, and you feel powerless because that's an aspect of you, right? And so you have to reclaim your wings, because you can work on anger forever, but it's not going to get to the real trigger for the anger, the real reason that we're angry. And most people, because we're human, we don't talk like this out in the world, which is why we do these shows, so that people understand that there's a deeper reason for being afraid, for hiding, for not wanting to come out, not wanting to be found. There are deeper reasons for that. It's not going to be just because you grew up lonely or whatever. That's just the symptom of what you already had going on. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Excellent. All right. Are you okay? All right. Let's do a
Yeah.
little cleanup for you. I think we might have opened Pandora's box. Sorry.
It obviously needed to be open.
Your higher self, it's not me. That was all you. It was all you. I'm glad you
I can
went
believe it.
third. I'm glad you went third, Kathy, because I don't know, it might have been a little heavy to start our show with that.
Whew.
People be like, Gabrielle, man, she's
Wow. I'm like, yeah, my heart's like, I'm not sure where my heart is. It's been squeezed.
now you've been called out on the carpet.
Oh,
And,
yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry it had to happen, but I'm glad that it did. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
You may want it before that last happens.
I kind of felt like it was going to come too.
See? You already knew.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to shore up by retreating. And so that's why they were as strong as your higher self was, because stopping you right in your tracks. No, Kathy, that is not the direction you're going in.
No.
I'm so happy for you.
Ooh.
I know. This is the exciting thing about getting a message, because you know what? It just says, oh, okay, now I get it. And you get some direction. And now you know what is required for you to transform your life in the ways that you want, having fellowship and people around you that love you. But it's going to be real versus what you hope to have. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because that's what you really want anyway. You want the people who will support and love you in what and who you are versus the shell of the person you've been pretending to be. That is what I heard. So, you know that is true.
Mhm.
Wow, big release there. Oh, so they've just been working on you this whole time, Kathy, which is good because that's the beauty of coming together and everybody staying at a high vibration, is that we help move things as we're doing this work and connected, and that's positive. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Kathy, for being here.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you for the kick in the butt.
You know, fair's fair. We've all gotten to have that, Kathy. You weren't.
Oh boy. All right.
You know, it just, like I said, we've all gone through that big explosion too. And so we can all speak about it, you know, with authority, right? It really is not the way we want to go. And you want to definitely get moving so that you don't have to go to that level, and you can avoid that aspect of your path. See, it's like you got off the detour. Now you're back online. Yay.
Wow.
Okay.
Here's to the next step, right?
Like I said at the beginning, it's just keep on taking those steps. And as we go along, you know, certain things get easier and other things, you know, maybe not so much, but you know, we just keep going and you keep working and you keep doing what you need to do to stay in alignment, and you get through it a lot faster. When we get out of alignment, then it's what I consider that you go, you know, the highways or the roadways that have the circles and they have like, you know, 3 or 4 different roads and you have to be in the right lane to get off of them. Well, we just end up going around and around and around the roundabout forever because we can't find the road off, right, of that particular glitch. And we just keep experiencing the same things over and over and over. We can't figure out how to stop it or move on. And that's what the importance of healing work is for, is to help you get off that roundabout and get back on your divine life path so that you're not just repeating the same old stuff. It's good. It's fun stuff. Trust me. Trust me. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you for being such a sport and just receiving, because it's hard.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie.
Thank you. Wow.
I'm glad that you feel that. I really am. Because that'll help. I mean, you're going to do it. And I feel that from you now. Like, you're like, okay, I got it. And that's what matters, right?
Yep.
Good for you, sweetheart.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. All right, everybody, we are coming in just at time. And so I thank you for being here, lending your energy, your vibration, and I hope you will look for our next invite to be a guest on the Revealed Show. And if you would like to work with me directly one-on-one, you can go out to my website at GabrielleSpencer.com and choose Have a Session. And I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Much love to you. Namaste, everyone.